Okay.
Or
So,
not.
welcome to Babetalk this week. We have Felicia. How do you say your last name? I want to say it right.
Fagnani.
Fagnani. Excellent. I'm Italian as well. I assume you are?
Yes, 100%.
Nice. Nice. And we also have regulars Shayna
Hi.
and Tony Brony Baloney.
Hey, what's up?
It's a very Italiano podcast. Dope. But yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm Eric. I'm substituting for Ollie today. Does anyone know where Ollie is?
He's sick.
Oh, he's sick? Aw.
Like, super sick. Like, strep throat sick, dying sick.
Oh, that's no good. Well, get better soon. Hashtags go in there somewhere. I don't know, free Ollie.
Hashtag free Ollie.
Yeah. That's it, yeah. I'll pay, you know what, I'll pay any amount of money for an Ollie. So in the spirit of Ollie on his sickbed, I'm going to start the same way he does and ask everybody, how was your day? Only because I can't turn my screen to black and white to really get the Ollie experience going. So Tony, how was your day?
It was a day. I just ate a burger on sandwich bread, like peanut butter and jelly sandwich bread, so
Ew.
I decided I need to do some grocery shopping. I don't know, in the low of the low. I only have Mike's Hard and soy milk in my fridge to drink, so...
Ugh. So mixers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god, that's gross.
Ugh, what would you even call that?
Nothing.
A Milk's Hard lemonade? Ugh.
No. You don't call it that, ever.
All right, nice. So Shayna, how's your day going?
I actually just finished up my first
What are you up to?
interview. I actually just finished up my first interview for Absolute Punk.
Cool,
So that's
cool.
going live tomorrow. I know that I'm totally promoting the different site that I write for. But I'm really stoked on it, and I'm so nervous about it. Like, I've never been this nervous about an interview in my entire life.
Who was the interview with?
Head North.
Oh, cool. I know
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, so it was my second interview with them because I did it for Babetalk originally. But I sat down with a different member of the band for Absolute Punk.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And don't even worry about promoting that. Hey, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Shayna. You're in the big leagues. Big up yourself. Yeah, that's awesome. So Felicia, how was your day?
It was okay. It was kind of stressful. We're super busy at work on top of doing everything for the festival that's in my pocket. So, but I'll handle it.
Nice. What do you do in the real world?
I am a graphic designer at a local print shop for businesses. So we do business cards and logos and all that fun stuff.
Nice. Well, we're definitely going to ask you about the festival as we get into it. But yeah, so and you know what? Hey, I'm doing okay. Thank you guys for asking.
Oh, how are you, Eric? Sorry.
I'm doing great. A little bit of work, a little bit of music stuff when I got home, and cooked grilled. Did some dad grilling today.
How's baby?
She's doing fine. So she, I guess, spent all day. My wife's still home on maternity leave. She spent all day crying and pooping and peeing. And then exactly. Well, when I got home, and my wife went out for a couple hours, she slept. She didn't need to eat, and she didn't go to the bathroom. I'm playing Dad on easy mode, and I'm gonna keep rolling it out as long as I possibly can.
Oh my god.
So as far as so we usually like to start the show off just kind of chit-chatting about random topics, music related, and then Felicia will get into. We want to ask you all about the festival and about Soundwave. So I'm gonna start off with something I just saw. Lovely gentleman in the band Smash Mouth just had a.
God.
I don't know if everyone's seen the video. This isn't just to recap any viewers or any of you guys who haven't seen it. It's actually a tale as old as time. Band gets on stage, band gets stuff thrown at them, lead singer threatens to beat up everyone in the crowd. It's just that usually when you see it, it's like a young punk band or a young rapper or something. But it was like this guy in his mid-40s, like khaki shorts and this oversized T-shirt, and just being really like the security guard was in better shape than he was, holding him back. I don't know, it was a whole thing. But here's the thing that's confusing to me: he's completely vilified. which is a little shocking to me. I guess you could take that side on it, but it's, in my opinion, it's pretty common for, if you're in a band and stuff gets thrown at you, you yell at the crowd or you yell at the people in the crowd doing that, and that's just how it goes. And usually the crowd's on your side, but the crowd was not on his side.
Well,
and I'm curious what you guys think
he's not an all-star.
That.
He's not an all-star anymore. He's not getting his game on. So, you know.
What I love about that is that during this whole thing, which lasted like 2 minutes, the band is lightly playing the intro to All Star because they thought they were just going to go right into it, and then he just starts singing All Star. It's just an awkward pause, and then he just starts singing the first verse of All Star. It's the most weirdest climax to that.
It's probably the best thing that he could have ever done. I mean, he wins because of that. That's it.
I thought he won because of the book he did with Guy Fieri. Sorry, go on, Tony.
I mean, but it wasn't shoes, it wasn't water bottles, it wasn't even like someone got on stage and grabbed him. They were throwing loaves of bread at him.
What?
Last I checked, I don't know. Yeah, they were throwing loaves of bread. Loaves of bread.
Was lunch meat? I hope lunch meat was also being thrown, because that would be rhyme.
A sandwich. He was very upset he couldn't complete it.
That's the real problem.
Oh man, I'm just so glad that All Star played afterward. Just made the entire story. It truly did.
It really was just amazing. If anybody hasn't seen the video, I definitely recommend it. It's just sad. After all these years, he's still battling carbs, and he.
Eric, oh my God.
I mean, that's the easiest.
I know. Yeah. I have another frontman story.
Yeah, go for it.
So Alternative Press just posted about Parker Cannon, and how he kicked a guy, but because he took a selfie on stage. He kicked the guy off of the stage because he was taking a selfie. And there's a video. There's a video of it. He legitimately just backhand kicked this dude off of the stage. I'm solid.
I have not seen that yet. I've seen plenty of videos of him yelling at people. That's just what they do. But I love that band. Yeah.
Yeah, but no. I mean, it's just, I feel like he has some serious unresolved anger issues.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
There's a reason there's that Family Guy takeoff meme of Parker Cannon, tell me who hurt you.
There is?
Oh yeah. It's just the Peter Griffin. The line is Lionel Richie, who hurt you, or whatever it was. Tell me who hurt you.
I miss everything on the internet.
Who hurt you, Parker Cannon?
I want to know, though. I want to know the girl. I want to shake her hand and be like, look what you did.
He doesn't even like getting kissed anymore. It's a real shame. Well, there's actually, this is something that I'm going to end up pitching to Ollie, because I think it'd be a cool article for the site. I've collected over time a bunch of bands getting into physical altercations with people at shows, but they're all bands who they're the least, you would never expect them. The time Pete Wentz drop kicked a security guard in the head, or the time when Billy Joe Armstrong drop kicked a security guard in the head. A lot of pop punk bands drop kicking security guards in the head.
Must be a thing. Must be a trend.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah. But yeah.
It'd been funnier if Patrick Stump had done it.
I know. Well, Patrick, if you watch the video, it's during Infinity on High era tour, and the second, I guess he didn't drop kick him. He basically got in a fist fight with the guy over top of while accidentally crowd surfing on a bunch of really small girls. And
he does that.
Yeah, it does. As it happens, the second it happens, you see Patrick Stump put his guitar down and walk backstage. It's can't be around any of this. This is
I'm done. Yeah. If anyone ruined my Fall Out Boy concert, I would kill that person.
Word.
Straight up kill.
Word.
So Felicia, have you had any, whether it was just seeing it online or in person, any crazy band stories just from being around the scene?
I can't think of any offhand right now. I mean, there's always stuff going on in music in general. I can never keep up with the trends, honestly.
Did anything cool ever happen at Jump Zone where someone just totally started jumping on all of this stuff?
Well, It Lives, It Breathes and the Nearly Deads played there one time, and they're like, we were cleaning up, and they're like, can you please just blow up one of them so we can jump? So we did that, 4 of them, and they were like kids in a candy shop. I've never seen bands so happy.
Oh, that's actually really awesome. I'm so upset about Jump Zone. It was such a great little festival.
What is Jump Zone?
You can take over that question.
It was a kids' inflatable party place that myself and Doug, who run the festival, used to book shows at. Like, the owners were like, yeah, after hours you guys could book shows here, and it was great because it was huge. It's a big warehouse. We would deflate everything, and then we would go from there, and then they didn't take care of their business, and it shut down, so we lost a venue out of it.
Yeah. That sounds like a great place to have a show. Are you kidding me?
It was fantastic.
It was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed going to shows there.
That's really cool.
That sounds sick.
Except it was really hard to get to. I never could find it, and I always got lost.
Yeah, it was in a weird location.
It was so weird. Oh, man. But yeah. Next, Eric. Next.
No, I was literally. You know what we could do? We can be transparent. I was literally sending a message to both Shayna and Tony. I was like, oh, any topic you guys want to jump in on, please do.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, all the topics that I keep thinking of are super inappropriate and would just start.
What is
Go
this?
for one. Go for one, Shayna. Do
Are you
it now.
ready?
You spoke up.
Are you
Yell
ready?
bitch rule. Go for it.
It's gonna get people really angry though.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
The whole I go gay for something just is really irritating me. And James and I were discussing it, and I understand his point, and it makes me feel better knowing that the LGBT community has actually been annoyed by this for years now, and I guess are just speaking up about it. But it just it's too overwhelming. And I know that I'm straight, and so I really can't talk. But just it's kind of all at once, and everyone's being bombarded at once. And because I've been saying that for years, and I never thought I was being offensive until today.
Okay, so just to back up on the issue, I'm assuming that what you're referring to is people saying "Let's go gay for slang," as in I really enjoy this thing.
No,
Is
it's
that-
with the whole
What
Ruby.
context are we talking?
The whole Ruby Rose thing, which Orange is the New Black. I've literally yesterday I was in the car with my cousin and her friend. And we all
You're gonna have
watched
to give the context. What is the?
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
sorry.
watch that.
Let's just back way up. What is
Oh.
the issue and what are the sides on this issue and the
Guys,
reference?
you need
Because
to
I've only
be-
ever heard that phrase as in this is I'm getting really excited about
No.
this thing.
You
That's
guys,
the only thing
first of
that I've
all,
heard.
you need to watch Orange is the New Black. That's one thing.
I've seen the pilot like 3 times.
Yeah, I've seen Hot Donna. I got my fill.
Jesus Christ. Okay, no. In the third season of Orange is the New Black, Ruby Rose comes into this season. Ruby Rose is an Australian actress, model actress. And she's beautiful. She's a lesbian, and she's very, what's the word for it? I don't want to say manly because that's incorrect. Androgynous.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the correct word? Yeah, that.
Yeah, like David Bowie.
You might have seen her viral video go around where she's dressed up as this beautiful model, and then she takes it all off and dresses up as a guy.
Yeah.
And
Wait, does she
washes
have
off all the
tattoos?
skin. Yeah, she washes off the paint that reveals all the tattoos.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, and she's I don't want to say it, but I find her very, very attractive, and I literally said yesterday I would go gay for Ruby Rose, and until today I thought that was okay.
Oh, you mean it in the literal sense? Got it.
In the literal sense,
Wait, hold on. Why is it not okay? Can someone explain that to me?
Yes, because James explained it to me. He actually had said that it's actually taking offense to them because it's basically stating that being gay or a lesbian or transgender at that point
right?
is a choice.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
And
I
it's
get
not that
that.
you're born that way. And I do, yeah, and I get it, and I totally back that reasoning, and it makes me feel better knowing that this has been an issue for years because James said maybe 3 years ago that his friends were complaining about it.
Yeah. I think it's one.
Oh.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep going, please.
Oh yeah, so it's just kind of like an all at once thing, and I'm very overwhelmed. First we found out the whole transgender thing, and I'm very new to that, and I found out that a person I knew was transgender, and it was a whole new world. And I'm very accepting of people, and I understand a lot of people, so I've never want to be offensive, and I don't want to offend anyone. But it's just very overwhelming. I need a time to breathe before something else happens.
When you said it's a whole new world, all I can picture now is you and Caitlyn Jenner on a magic carpet. I'm really sorry. Just showing you all the progressive new views that you're
I
going to
would
like.
totally go onto a magic carpet with Caitlyn Jenner and do that.
Yeah.
That'll be the new Disney. That'll be the new Disney, right?
No, that makes perfect sense. I know that's one of that whole concept very much of I would go gay for this, whatever. It's on the surface it does seem inoffensive because it's like, well, it's a positive and it's not generalizing, but that underlying meaning of, well, what does that imply?
Yes.
What does that statement imply? It implies you think it's a choice. Now, I want to clarify as far as you're feeling, I don't know if you're feeling guilty over having used the phrase before or whatever, but I do want to at least relieve some of that by, it's not that you ever thought it was a choice. You were just contributing to a larger culture of people thinking it's a choice inadvertently. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. That just means, oh, oops. There's, the band Anti-Flag, very progressive punk band.
Yeah.
Who's that?
I love you. The Beatles, are they an underground? Are they a new band? Well, they have they had put out a song in early, I guess, 2002 on a record called Mobilize, called it was a pro-gay song. It was basically saying, like, if you come out as gay, you're braver than any homophobe who is trying to call you a sissy or whatever it is. But they in their wording, they used the word choice. It was something along the lines of you're free to choose or you're free to.
Oh.
And that band is the last group of people who would ever go, you know what, being gay is a choice. And it's like, no, it's the wordings that we use, and it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just we're doing what we can to try to get that vernacular out of our system. It's like, anybody ever use the phrase rule of thumb?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is so dark. It's so dark. The rule of thumb is if you're woman. Okay, I'm about to get really whatever the word is, chauvinistic. Back in the day, not the good old day, but the day, you could beat your lady if she spoke out of turn, and you could beat her with something that wasn't in your hand. You could grab something as long as it was not thicker than your thumb. And that was the rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Fire pokers are skinnier than my thumb.
Yes. So, like, that's the kind of...
That's really what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
I never knew that.
So it's one of those things where, obviously, when we've used the phrase rule of thumb, our intentions were not to promote that, but, like, that's the kind of... human civilization's been pretty fucked up for a very long time, and we make great strides every... however many years, and through the internet, I think we're making a lot more strides faster because information spreads, and it's like, back in the day, if you didn't live around people who were different than you could legitimately, I don't know, you have the internet, you have no excuse now, it's all at your fingertips, and I think that's why we're moving progressively a lot faster. Felicia, do you want to weigh in on any of this, or do you want to just keep out of this discussion?
I'm just taking it all in. I'm not much of a debater, I guess. I don't.
Yeah. Well,
man.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Shana. That wasn't too. I don't think anybody's gonna get.
Sorry,
that.
I'm not even kidding you. Like, not even a half hour beforehand, James and I were discussing this because I don't even know what. Oh, I saw an article, or a friend of mine had posted something about sexuality, and I'm just like, I say this all of the time, and I love gay people.
Hold on.
I'm
While
sure
we're on this
there's
topic,
a few who you wouldn't like. That's how everybody is.
I just do. I don't know.
Can I segue into a new topic that I know Ashley would really love?
Yes.
Okay, speaking of, like, this whole thing, because I didn't know that going gay was a bad thing. You didn't know it. But, like, if we were bigger, if Babetalk was a big thing, and one of us were to say that, you get so much shit for it. People would be blowing you up on Twitter, and all this shit would be happening. But, like, have you seen what happened with Paris?
Oh, shit, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
Wasn't that, like, 2 or 3 years ago, too?
4 years.
About 2011, I think.
Yeah, one of the dudes posted a really shitty joke. I don't know what it was. It was about, like, rape and women not being able to handle it. I don't know. It was very awful. It
was awful.
Yeah, but anyways, it happened 4 years ago. People change in 4 years. 4 years ago, I was 16, and 4 years before that, I was 12. Like, you change a lot in 4 years. But the internet has this new call-out culture thing that's just so absurd. And it's like, okay, you've done one bad thing once. okay, you're a fucking horrible human being, and now you're problematic, and now you're a human trash. And it happens all the time. Like, what the heck is up with that? I don't know.
Well, you notice it very rarely happens to people who aren't in some kind of spotlight. When, you know what, it didn't blow up in 2011 because people only want to call out people when they think they may get, like, ricochet attention onto them. I was the one who called them out. That was me.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
Which is annoying because it's like, well, then you're not really helping anything. Like,
Does that mean Paris is ending?
Highly unlikely.
I don't know. I don't like Paris. I know that's like an unpopular opinion, but I don't like them. So I wouldn't care if they stopped making music.
I think it's just, like, I always try to look at those things as the greater issue.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
But it's not like front porch stuff. They're not pretentious. Paris is a band that, like, a lot of people really like, and they've never been, like, sketchy before, and people are trying to, like, derail that. Like, I don't know. What if you heard that, like, Bono is really a really shitty person because he did one thing in, like, 7th grade where he, like, punched a kid in the face? No, you wouldn't care. It's Bono.
Someone actually asked me, they were like, well, how about Pete Wentz raped someone? And I'm like, I don't care. He really made a really good album, like, 6 times in a row. Fuck that.
Well, that's the other difference between, like, what the guy from Paris said was, like, it's obviously fucked up, and what's even more offensive to me as a lover of comedy, it was a hacky joke, and it was like it was like whatever, and so it was really just like, okay, come on, like, you're being an idiot, like, whatever. It's not like he said, like, I believe this is a real thing and I encourage it. And so it's just like, yeah, you probably shouldn't make that dumb joke because really, who's at the expense of what? Is it really worth it to do that?
No.
But at the same time, it's not like he actually did something. Like the Pete Wentz rape allegation, not his like example.
This is gonna go viral now. You guys are gonna get famous because you're gonna make Pete Wentz rape someone.
I don't want to be known for that.
No, bad juju. How dare you?
I don't want to be known for making a Pete Wentz's rape allegation because I have that on my arm. Not okay.
You have the affidavit on your arm. All right, let's stay far away from this.
No, I have a Follow tattoo.
Anyways.
The difference would be, in that case, even if it was just like, the difference between someone making a joke about something and the difference of someone actually saying a sincere belief is still different. Like, that's even whether you're doing something horrible or you're just saying something horrible or saying something horrible and the intent is a joke, those are all in different categories as far as I'm concerned. And so for that thing, doing something 4 years ago where he made some dumb joke, yeah, whatever. Although, to be fair, and this is just a common sense thing, if I'm in a band that blows up, you know the first thing I'm doing?
Deleting your Twitter?
All my old tweets and going, all right, what did I say? Was that necessary? Was that, you know?
If I got famous, no, not even
that Smash Mouth Carbs joke worth it, really?
If I got famous right now, I would have to go through 18,000 tweets.
Bro, I'm fucked.
Yeah. We're all putting out these podcasts and writing articles and stuff, trying to make something out of this. But I don't think any of us have realized the gravity of what just happened.
Oh my god! Like, I have said a million times, like, I would be great famous, but I would be a PR nightmare if I was famous.
Yup.
Yup. Like, I have the personality for it. I don't have the mouth for it.
One of the greatest.
Like Kesha's PR agent.
Oh god, I love Kesha though.
I do too.
Same.
All right, Felicia, what's some of the music you're into, or some of the celebrities the insane celebrities that you love to spite themselves?
I don't know. I'm into everything from show tunes to metal to rock to radio, rock, pop.
Top three bands, or top three bands right now. I won't make you do the all-time thing.
Well, Evanescence will always be my top favorite band ever.
Bringing it back. Oh.
Word.
I know, it's so, people make fun of them all the time, but I can't help it. I don't know, that's what I like. Let's see, right now, who else do I like? I don't know, Escape the Fate, Memphis Mayfire.
Old Escape the Fate or new Escape the Fate? Like Ronnie or Craig?
No, Craig. I don't like Ronnie.
Yeah, same.
He's not a very good person right now, or ever.
No.
He can write a
hook. No.
That's his one saving grace.
At what point does he become such a bad person that Situation stops being a good song, though?
Never.
That's the question.
Never.
Yeah. That song is so great. I can't. It just is.
Yeah.
Okay, can I totally put you on the spot, Felicia?
Oh gosh, sure.
What's your 3 favorite local bands?
All right, well, shameless plug, Endless Sacrifice. Does that count? Because I manage them.
But they're so good. I mean, anyone who hasn't heard of Endless Sacrifice, seriously, go ahead and listen because they are fantastic and even better live. And I'm not doing a shameless plug because I don't manage them.
No. Oh, man. Yeah, you are putting me on the spot. This is hard. Shit. Every Minute Can Kill, Tides of Deception, Tigers of the Runner. I listened more than 3.
These sound like rap groups?
They're not.
No.
They're like metal. What? How would you describe?
Every Minute Can Kill and Tides of Deception are like metal.
Yeah.
Tigers to the Runner is like post-hardcore-ish.
What just happened?
Disappeared.
Do you have a favorite like pop punk in the scene?
I love Count to 4, but I feel like that's obvious.
I forgot about Count to 4. They're so good.
You know what sucks? I usually wear a Count to 4 shirt almost every podcast I do, and this is the one time I was like, I need to get a Count to 4 shirt.
And breaking tradition, like, I freaking watch them kids grow up. It's crazy.
I keep forgetting that they're significantly younger than me, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I feel old.
Oh, yeah. I feel very old in the scene in general.
So, Felicia, I keep wanting to ask you how old you are, but some people keep telling me not to ask women that question. But for my own...
I'm 25. It's
okay,
cool.
cool.
You're 35?
25.
You're 45. You look good.
Damn it.
All right, well, Felicia, tell us about Gregapalooza. Talk to me like I've never heard of it before until I went to your site today.
Sorry, I got that.
So, Gregapalooza is an all-day free music festival hosted by Soundwave, which is the nonprofit that I own. We raise money for youth music education. So we teamed up with the schools in Glouceter Township, and we're providing funding for their music programs, which keep getting cut every year. He's double-fisting drinks over here.
Yeah, Eric!
Hey, I'm doing it for Greg.
So yeah, it's an all-day free festival. Our goal is to bring the music scene together, but also the community together, so that they can see that local music does help the economy, and it's good for kids to get into. Local music gets a bad rep all the time, especially metal bands. They're like, oh, they're dangerous. They're going to just destroy everything. And that's not the case. Like, all these bands come together, have a fun day. They're all family-friendly. There's no cursing. There's no fights. So it's really good for the community, I think.
That's a really cool idea, because I know a lot of, and not to knock them, but I know a lot of these shows that are of that nature, they'll try to raise money with ticket sales or whatnot, and then make a small, but like, you know, it's a good effort donation to a cause. But I think the grassroots idea of, no, look what can happen if you have these music programs. Look what happens when you get kids into this kind of hobby. Really great and constructive things can come of it. And I think and I think it sounds great that you're doing a free show where more people can come, and that's kind of the message that you're spreading.
Exactly. If it's free, like, take your kids out, listen to the bands, you know, shop around at our local business vendors, jump on the inflatables, and just get a feel of everything combined into one community.
The inflatables alone, that should cost admission. Like, seriously. Yeah. Well, as a dad, I support your festival, and I think all the other dads watching, not my dad, but should definitely take their kids and go to it. But yeah, okay, so who are some of the bands that are playing?
So our big headliner for this year, which we're really excited about, is Emery. This is the first year we've had a big headliner like this. So we're hoping that it goes off without a hitch and that we can keep bringing more big headliners like this for free to the area. And then you also have Endless Sacrifice, Me vs. I, Every Minute Can Kill, Our Fair City, Your Persona, Deadweight, Tigers the Runner. I can keep going on. There's over 40 bands.
Oh, cool.
So we had Your Persona on the show, And pretty much every show that I've been on since, where someone's been from New Jersey, I hear your persona's name mentioned. How are they just everywhere? Those kids bust their
Very
ass.
popular right now. Very popular.
Okay. Good kids.
Was that your question?
That wasn't my question. I just always hear it. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go anyways.
Okay.
Okay, so you actually pick your bands through a different process. You have bands submit and then you choose. How did that process go, and why did you decide to do it that way?
There are so many bands that always ask to play, so the only way we can keep it fair is we're like, all right, every band register, and then it's actually not just us, it's we get a group of judges from all over the place, so like local radio hosts, promoters in the area, other bands, members from places, and they vote on the band. So it's a kind of like a community effort, and every band that applies is amazing. It's so hard to narrow it down. We had like over 90 bands apply for this year. Judging them is so hard, and cutting them down. We feel bad all the time, but everyone votes on what they think would be the best for this festival this year. Make it the best festival it can be.
Cool. And then how did you pick who was headlining, like who's bigger and who's not?
We kind of just went through and emailed a lot, honestly. Like, Emory was kind of the bait that took, which we're very lucky. We love Emory, so it's awesome. But
right.
We definitely sent a ton of emails out to bands, so it's just a lot of persistence.
Did you ever have any interesting, you don't have to name names, but interesting interactions with band managers when booking?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like to respond. A lot of people blow it off like, oh, this is some kids doing a backyard festival, and it's not like that. So hopefully this year can push us over the top, be serious.
What kind of stage setup you have, just so people get a good idea of how, the level that it's on?
So we have 2 Warped Tour size stages. It's 32 feet by 24 feet, so they're huge stages. And then we have a county stage, and then we have an acoustic tent.
Cool.
So it's like a 20-foot tent that everyone can kind of chill under. It's exactly, it's literally a local Warped Tour, a lot of people say. So.
And no one's taking you seriously? Like, people are just treating it like a backyard? No. Oh, wow. That's some big girl stuff.
Hey, Emory took them seriously.
Yeah, which is
that's
very...
why we support them.
And their new album is so great.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I'm so impressed. That was my first band T-shirt, and I only bought it because I liked the T-shirt. I didn't know who Emory was.
But you do now. It matters.
I was one of those people. So. Cool.
Well, similar to our good friend. Yeah. Oh no, go for it. Go for it.
Oh God. Well, I had another question. Tony, you go.
Oh, me go? Okay. Well, all right. So, you've been doing this for years, and nothing's really kind of clicked. Nothing's really put you guys over the top yet. And you have Emory this year. Is there anything else that you guys have coming up that you think might kind of put the nail in the coffin of people realizing, like, this is a real thing, and people, I don't know. I'm gonna brain fart. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm on new medication now. What's the word? Acknowledge. That's the word. Acknowledge you guys as like a quality act.
Well, we're hoping that attendance kind of solidifies that, and with Emory's help, obviously that will solidify the attendance. Yeah. So, I mean, it's always been known in the music scene, like, so local bands wait for it. They start messaging us all the time, like, when can we apply? When can we apply? It's getting it to that next level of recognition, I guess, that hopefully this year, like I said, will take it to us. And I think when people see the attendance and it grows, that brings in more sponsors, and then that brings in more vendors. So it all goes hand in hand.
Well, you got the Babetalk bump, so you're like halfway there just from this.
Yeah, right.
Do you?
We'll be at the festival.
Are you guys setting up a table at the festival?
We were supposed to, but now that Ali is sick, this is like questionable.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
Make
but
sure,
we're supposed to. I'm gonna be there anyways, so
just
I'll
walk around with the Babetalk banner.
Exactly.
First of all, the banner is about twice the size of me.
Wear it like a cape.
It won't work. I'm telling you, literally twice the size as me. It's not. I will I will make a lot of people upset if I do that.
Fair. Yeah. Well, okay, so excuse me if this is too like inside, like the behind the scenes stuff, but do you get all of the money for this? Because I know setting up stages is not cheap. Getting these kind of bands is not cheap. Do you get it all from sponsors and vendors, or is there additional money coming in from somewhere else?
No, that is pretty much our main funding source. Jump Zone shows used to benefit it as well. When it closed, it kind of hindered it, but we're still working on getting a new venue to book shows at during the year. And then we're hoping we've mentioned about a winter Gregapalooza, which I don't know if my heart is ready for. Yeah, so we're definitely looking into doing more events. I know we're teaming up with another nonprofit called CB Kids, doing a kids talent show for singing and dancing and stuff. That could be like a fall thing. So yeah.
You had said the schools are in on it and everything. Oh my God, words. Do the schools kind of promote it too? That like, here, you can come out to this show. It's free. Like, come support. The benefiting local music.
Yeah. So what we're doing this year is we have a kind of a competition going on between all the schools in the area. So we sent them flyers and we said, come out to this festival and vote for your school. And the school that kind of gets the most votes is the school that we're going to have a big meeting with and see what we can do for their music program this year. So it's awesome. Kind of to get all the schools out, and then also it makes like that friendly competition for them.
Okay. What's the grade level that you go for? Or is it
we have all the schools competing. We're doing elementary to high school.
Okay. And did you ever think about doing like a battle of the bands with a high school?
That's a good idea. Could talk about that.
Hey!
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
I just thought about it. I was like, teenagers, they play music. I was one.
Well, I have a question that's kind of related to that because, I don't know, I used to be a music major because I really wanted to, kind of do my part and save the school music scene because it's always crippling. First thing that goes in every school is always the arts. But my question is you had all these punk bands on here, and I've noticed, a lot of kids in, the punk scene don't really do band and stuff like that in school. They kind of just pick it up on their own. Mm-hmm. Why did you choose to work with, the arts programs instead of just promoting venues and stuff?
Because the schools I still think is where it starts. If they don't even have that option to learn or even have the option to do music, I feel like they don't even think about it. They'll just go straight to either something worse or sports or something else. And I love sports, don't get me wrong, but I want them to have the option to have the music. And we have a band that's playing this year that their name's Brooks. They actually are part of the school band, and they're having their whole school choir come out for one of their songs, and they're a rock band.
So
it's gonna be pretty cool. So that's the kind of involvement that we see.
No, I guess
just to piggyback on what you said, Felicia, it's not just about being in the school band, Tony. But I know a lot of the kids I knew from my high school punk scene. What they would do is they would take guitar class or music theory 101 and would play instruments there. And and when we think about music in school, we usually think about orchestra, jazz band, choir, whatnot. But it really is all those little classes where you can just go and be like, you know what, do I want to take an extra science or do I want to play guitar every couple days? And when you don't have that option to just learn that instrument or have that free form, you don't necessarily meet other musicians in your school who may not be interested in the school band, but they may be super interested in how do I take this outside of the school.
And start a band. Be the next Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Oh no, but with what Felicia was saying with how the arts is the first thing to go, I mean it's just beyond true. At my high school, our sports suck. We are awful. Every team, I don't think we have a good team. But our arts are fantastic. We have, I think number 2 in the state, band-wise, marching band. We have the flute, violin, that type of band. I don't know what it's called.
Orchestra.
Orchestra. Oh my god, I cannot think of the word orchestra.
You know, the flute, violin band.
Yeah, like orchestra band. We're like one of the top in the state
Next time I go
too.
see a symphony orchestra, I'm gonna come up afterwards like, you guys are my favorite band. Oh my god.
Okay, whatever. Don't insult me. And then even our theater program is like top notch too, and we don't have a lot of money because where I live sucks. And it's the first thing they want to cut, but it's the best thing that violin has to offer. And it's just awful. I mean, these people that live in this town are some of the most talented kids I've ever seen, and they want to cut it.
Yeah.
And it's just, and that's why I like support like so much like what you're doing, and that's why I'm so into it, and I'm so happy that you got like a larger act, and it's like really growing. It's a shame that like I have not been able to go just because every weekend is like the worst weekend, and I think. And there was always been reasons why I couldn't go, because, like, why wouldn't you go to a free show?
Yeah.
But this year I can go, and I'm just, like, beyond excited. I'm going the whole day. I'm going at, like, 11 and staying the entire time.
Awesome.
So, I don't know. I'm just, like, so happy that this is going so well, and it's doing well, and I don't know. I'm just proud. Proud to be from South Jersey.
Yay, South Jersey.
So going back just a little bit, I know you guys are both from, North Philly, but...
Wait, I'm going to punch you one day.
Right through the screen. I'll deserve it, and I appreciate it. So you started, when did you start Soundwave? Was that 2010, 11?
Yeah, so Gregapalooza as a festival started years ago when Doug was like 14 years old in a kid Greg's backyard.
That's cool.
And then, unfortunately, the name stuck. We always want to change it, but like we're stuck with it now.
Yeah.
And so then years later, I started managing Doug's band, and he was like, "Listen, I did this festival I think we can do something with this. I think we can really do something good for the community with this." And I said, all right, let's do it. And we started out raising money for animal shelters. We loved animals, and a friend of ours' mom passed away, and she used to foster from local animal shelters. And it was going well, and we loved the animals, but we were just basically handing money over and had no idea where it was going. It could be going into the shelter's workers' pockets, and we didn't have as much control with it, and we didn't like that. And everything we did involved music. So we're like, why don't we show them that like local music is this perfect thing to help? And so that's why we wanted to keep supporting it. And so it changed. Yeah, last year is when it changed to Soundwave officially.
Cool.
So last year's festival.
That's really awesome that was not only the Gregapalooza was started when he was 14, but like you've had so much time to grow. And in the span, it's just interesting to hear the story of how you made that decision to just jump into working with bands or working with music. Was it just something you loved to listen to, go to shows, or did you have any musical background, or what made? I'm always so interested when someone doesn't necessarily play music, but they're in that side of the business, and like what got them into it.
I started going to shows when I was probably like 13, 14, and it's just I'd gotten so involved with it, and I loved everything about it. It's a community in its own. Like that's where a lot of people make friends if they don't are necessarily popular, and they feel like they're part of something. So I just slowly started growing into that and always going to shows. And then I started dating my boyfriend who was always in bands, and it just took off from there.
Cool.
It's so, like, I don't know if all other music scenes are like this, but I mean the South Jersey scene, it's kind of like everyone is welcome, and everyone is so nice to each other, and it's just really great. Like, I was never popular in high school, but if I went to a show, like, I knew who everyone was, and people knew me, and it was just a great feeling. And I didn't necessarily hate high school, but I'd much rather have been at a show.
Yeah, exactly. And like, obviously, we raise money for youth music education, but a big thing is we want to let everyone know that there's support out there. And if you come to a show, you're going to be welcomed with open arms, and you're going to make friends. Like, through the band, the drummer would bring a friend from wherever to the show, and they have so many friends now from this clique that. Like, they're always like, hey, why don't you hang out with us anymore? They're always with all these other music friends that they're making and stuff. But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, you know?
I thought you were going to add on to that. That was really...
Oh, yeah. Oh,
no. Climatic. Damn it.
Oh, no. I mean, no, that's what... okay, my bad. I'm sorry. No, your face popped up, and usually it pops up when you make noise. Okay, no, but that's what it's about, you know? It's about, like, making these friendships and making sure, like, people fit in. Like, that's what... I'm sorry, I always go on tangents about this, but it's all about, like, making relationships, making sure people feel safe, and giving people an outlet. If you don't have these outlets, if you don't make these scenes, if you don't do what you can to make sure that people can do what they want, everyone's going to be miserable. Like, I could go to school, and I'm not a music major anymore, and it's awful, and I feel miserable. I feel like my soul is being eaten from the inside, and it is awful, because I don't have these same creative outlets, but when you have them, you feel alive, and it is great, and if you can create that for even one person, like, you've done your job, you know? That's what it's about.
I actually was just talking to one of the guys in Me Versus I because we had a very great conversation during SadFest, and he convinced me to listen to his band because I thought it was a different band and I didn't like them. So he was very sarcastic, but like the perfect amount of sarcasm that I enjoyed. I gave the EP or the album a listen to, and the one song, I'm Here, it just touched me on like a whole other level. That was probably a really bad choice of words. But you know what I mean. And just like, and it's the thing, like, it's this small local band still, and like they, you know, they're writing about something that matters to someone else, and that just, you know, that's all that matters.
That's always such an incredible thing when you find a local band who you really love or really connect with.
Yeah.
Like, that's always incredible. Like, that's, to me, that's incredible. Like, that's like the dream, to go to a show and just be like, oh my God, I found a band that I like. That's right here. That I have access to. Yeah, that's always such a cool thing. You guys are bringing me back to all my high school and college days, just going to show after show for this. Oh, that's so awesome.
And not only that, but these bands are, like, not on a pedestal yet. Like, you know, like, we put certain bands on that pedestal. Like, you know, I do it with, you know, Fall Out Boy. I'm just gonna say it. You know, like, I can't, like, have a normal conversation with Pete or Patrick. It's like, that's not gonna happen. But like, when you can relate to someone and actually then have a conversation with them after the show and talk to them about their music, like, it just brings it to a whole new level. It truly does.
Yeah. So. And they can be a total hipster. Like, I listened to them before they were famous.
I feel like, yeah, oh my God, that's hilarious.
That was probably the best imitation of a hipster that I've heard in a long time.
I actually heard her do that imitation, like 2 years ago. It was before.
Whatever, Eric. Yeah, man, I heard it before. It was cool too. So
yeah, I went to a Gregory Festival. It was, they shortened the name, like whatever.
Oh, yeah, I went to a
sponsors.
Yeah, I saw it when it started, actually in Italy, and it was Festivus de Gregorius. I don't know. It's pretty insane. Zeus showed up, you know, before he had the beard and the god stuff, you know.
Oh my God.
When his lightning bolt was just like this big at that time.
It was just a spark, you know. He just had to rub himself on some carpet.
I hope people just tune in now, just for that. I hope that's all they hear, and they're like, "This is too much for me."
Speaking of too much, we're about to wrap up. Because well, I gotta change diapers. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't. But also,
you're a dad.
His own diapers.
Oh, and it's gonna be Father's Day.
Oh, that's right. I get shit.
Oh my God. So, happy early Father's Day to you.
Thanks. When should I expect my present?
Just you can ask your
now.
You can ask your baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she'll leave me plenty of presents. It'll be fine. No.
Lots of poop.
I also think this is a comfortable time to wrap it up. So I want to give everybody a chance to, mainly Felicia, but a chance to give any last minute plugs, any stuff you got. Shayna, could you tell us any? You got your article coming out on Absolute Punk?
Yes.
Tomorrow?
Yes, my Head North interview tomorrow. I think around 2 p.m. This time, so 11 Pacific. And also, make sure to listen to Our Fair City. That's my shameless plug, because that's my boyfriend's band.
Thanks.
So
Oh, and Shane, where can we follow you on Twitter?
Oh, Shayna Baby, and Baby has 3 A's in it because I'm obnoxious.
Because it does. Because duh.
No,
All right,
because obnoxious.
All right, Tony, Tony, you got any plugs for us?
Listen to my radio show every Wednesday from 2 to 5. That's my shameless plug. It's all online. I post links to it. Yeah, check it out. Follow me on Twitter. I don't know what my Twitter is. Oh, it's the Tony Peppers. That's what it is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Check out, I've got an article on Babetalk.tv on how to build your band up, series, volume 3 of 8 or whatever, coming on Friday. And you can follow me at Eric Tries. And Felicia, give us your plugs. I know Gregapalooza is coming in a couple days.
Yes, everyone come out to Gregapalooza on June 20th, this Saturday. It's at Glouceter Township Community Park next to Camden County College. Endless Sacrifice is releasing their EP on that day, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Our Fair City just released an EP, so you can pick that up there as well. Shameless plug for Shayna.
And
but yeah,
come out on Twitter or Facebook.
Facebook, if you search Soundwave Inc., it'll come up on Facebook, so facebook.com/Soundwave Inc. or soundwaveinc.org. You can see all the info there as well.
All right, sweet. You got Twitter?
Yeah.
No, I don't use Twitter. I'm out of the loop, apparently. Apparently I got a star. You guys got 18,000 tweets going. And
yeah, you gotta ruin your future career like us, so get on Twitter.
Yeah, no, don't ever go on Twitter. It's the biggest
thank you
mistake
guys
ever.
for having me. It was
All right,
awesome.
thank you so much for coming on.
Seriously, I'm so happy that this happened.
All right, well, we've been Babetalk. We had Felicia, she was awesome. For Tony and Shayna, I'm Eric, and Ollie, get well soon. #free Ollie, and we'll catch you next week on Wednesday. See ya.
All right.
Peace.